long that you need to receive. You can leave it wrong, it's what you want now. The plan is started, so listen to Sam and Marcus and hardcore truths with a special contrast, cause it's the Illegal Opinions Podcast.
We're back. Welcome to the Illegal Opinions Podcast. I'm Sam Ridley with my boy Marcus.
Yep.
We back in the building right now. Thank y'all again for coming through, listening, checking us out. Man, I'm a little paranoid starting this one. I ain't even gonna front you.
What's wrong with you, nigga?
Nothing. I ordered a new phone case, right?
Okay.
Because my old one just kind of fell apart or whatever. An Amazon box came and opened the package and it said made in China. I felt away. I ain't even gonna front. I was like, oh, I don't know if this was sprayed, you know.
Got that corona case, nigga.
Maybe, but it's on now. So, I mean, whatever. I'm going to hug my kids tight tonight. So, yo, thank y'all for coming back.
hug my kids tight. Did it come, was there a lime in the box too, or just the case?
Just the case. Just the case.
You might be all right.
Oh, it's limes? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's limes and...
So I can't drink Sprite either?
Limes with the corona, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'll stay away from Sprite. Don't obey your thirst on that one.
At all.
Hey, man, we are back again, episode 3. I'm excited to have y'all back. Thank you again for all the feedback we getting. I'm not getting into the specifics. It's unnecessary. You know why you're here. So, I don't even think we need to waste any time on it because the news has been hot this week.
Yeah, it's been pretty it's been pretty crazy this week, for sure.
Woke up a couple days ago to wine stain, shit stain.
Wine stain.
Found guilty.
Yeah.
Found guilty.
But trying to get him out of here, man. Trying to get that guy out of here.
They trying, man. But did you see like the specifics on it though?
Yeah, I was reading about it earlier, man, and I'm gonna keep it funky with you, man. I understand that things have happened. I understand that things happen to women, things that are disgusting, things that are gross, things that are inappropriate happen to women. This is a fact.
Right.
This is a fact, okay? This is not me fucking around. This is a fact. But
absolutely.
I just feel like if you're gonna fucking send somebody to jail, if you're going to charge somebody with a crime, there has to be more meat to the story. You have to have evidence, right? That's how the court system works, right? Beyond a reasonable doubt, there has to be evidence.
Okay,
of
but
you being guilty.
A witness is evidence, man. Like these people are, they're coming forward. They're saying this happened to me.
But are you saying like? No, I'm saying how can you be your own witness? Because there are no witnesses. There are no collaborating witnesses to any of the assaults. It's hearsay.
No. Okay. All right. No. All right. Hearsay is to me one person.
Okay.
I can't dispute this one. And don't get me wrong. I do feel like there's cases that are, sketchy and some men do get wrongfully accused. This is not one of those cases. It is not. And I hear what you're saying. Mm-hmm. But in this particular instance, this man is clearly guilty.
I'm not saying he's not guilty of.
Okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding because that's what I'm hearing.
I'm not saying he's not guilty of the half dozen women that came forward to testify against him. All right, but here's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm gonna read the article a little summary right here. It says prosecutors did not have forensic evidence or corroborating witnesses to any of the assaults. None.
Right.
So it's you say this happened, I say that happened. This is hearsay.
No, okay.
You say,
now,
I say.
I can see that. I can see what you're saying there, but I wholeheartedly disagree in this instance. And honestly, it's one of them things that's a case-by-case basis. But he has so many accusers. It's one thing for it to be two people was in the room.
Right.
She don't, this happened between them and that person. I know people, from jobs I've been at that have had these types of things happen to them. Mm-hmm. And it can be sketchy on some, we was both drinking, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. This is a man that was clearly using his position to make it happen. So there wouldn't be any witnesses, would there? And the way that you're saying it, by that, like, let's say that they let him off and he wasn't found guilty on this. Anybody in a position of power can just make sure the cameras is off and nobody's in the room and they be good to go. And that cannot happen. This would set such a dangerous precedent with the way that you're describing it. That's nuts. That's nuts.
How is it? Okay, the way I'm describing it is what happened. This is not my opinion. This is what happened.
No. It is what happened.
So let's say 5 women come out of nowhere, right? And say Sam Ridley sexually assaulted them. You say, no, I didn't. It was all consensual. But since there's 5 and you're just the one.
Well, I think that also boils down to putting yourself in these positions too, because yes,
okay.
You know, I'll be the first one to say, when this whole thing was first coming out and it was, you know, these women were going up to his hotel room and he's undressing and this and that and they don't leave. Mm-hmm. You know, stuff like that. I was very much on the fence of like, come on, man, something's got to be done because they are there. They are. But I also understand from being out here the way women get treated in this business.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's 100% true. And I'm not saying that like I'm some big famous celebrity. I'm doing the circuit like everybody else, and I get some pretty good gigs here and there. But women have a hard way to go, even in comedy. So yeah. I can only imagine what it's like when it's $1 million picture or you know, a big budget picture, and they're trying to get in, and the things that these men are trying to put them in these positions. I've heard some of these people on some, you know, oh man, I ain't putting her on. She gonna have to do a little something. So there has to be some sort of retribution in a way to safeguard these women from this type of thing. And he's clearly guilty. So
to me, it's where are the women protecting themselves? Where are they protecting themselves? When, like I've talked to women and they say that when they go on dates, they tell their friends or they bring somebody or they make it a double date just for the safety because the world is crazy right now. So they say, okay, you know what? Hey, so-and-so, I'm going over here. I'm going to meet this guy over here. And then after that, we're going over here. And after that, we're going there. Oh, he was aggressive. I left him over here. He was weird. I left him over there. Where is that?
Would you have rather seen him get off on all charges? Or do you agree that he's guilty? I guess that's the part I'm trying to...
I agree he's guilty. Because I agree he's guilty, but is he guilty of? I just want evidence. If you're gonna put somebody in jail, if you're gonna accuse somebody, I want evidence of that. Not because 6 motherfuckers over here said that he did this.
Because R. Kelly got like tapes and him saying his name.
Pissing all over people, fucking Pied Piper, all that shit, and you know it took them. Like that case is crazy in itself. The fact, like that case is crazy that it took so long for him to be put away. All I'm saying is, if he's guilty, do I think he's guilty? Yeah. I mean, fucking look at the dude. He looks like he does this kind of shit, right?
But okay, he does. I mean, he does. He got a rape face.
Yeah, he has a rape face, a resting rape face. Yes,
resting rape face. Yes, but. Lack of evidence doesn't mean lack of guilt. It doesn't.
How? I don't understand that. What does that even mean?
Like, just because there's no evidence doesn't mean you're not guilty. Now, I know what you're saying. In our court system, you know, you have to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, this and that. I think that, and I'm going to be the first to say, I didn't read every testimonial from every female that accused him, that was, you know, all this stuff. But I do know that they were very specific in very specific situations. And it was things that just couldn't have been made up. Now, I don't know how deep they went to find out the truth of these matters, but I would assume they did their due diligence and found something that was worthy of him being convicted. And plus, was it a jury trial?
Yeah.
All right. Jury your peers. They can throw all that shit out the window if they think you're guilty. Like, real talk.
No, that's true. Now, I'm not.
So you can, that right there is like your whole answer. Like a jury of his peers have probably seen this. There's nowhere in the country he could have got a trial that somebody didn't know about this.
And that's what I'm saying about fairness, right? You're talking about fairness. You're talking about evidence and being fair. Now, there's no evidence. Where they gonna
send him at?
Hold on a second. There's no evidence of him doing any of this stuff. The evidence is someone saying he did something, right? So now, like you said before. There is no place in the world that you could hide from this news. So now you have a jury of his peers that have seen the news and have probably already made up their mind before the case even started.
That's fair.
So how is that a fair case?
That's a fair point. I'm saying it's a fair point.
It's a fair point.
I wasn't saying it's fair.
It's a fair. No,
That's
no,
a fair
it's
point.
a fair point, right? So, a jury of his peers who have seen the news and all this shit, like you could go back to like the Mike Tyson shit with Robert Givens, right? Where it was Mike Tyson was looked at to be a fucking thug. He was looked at to be a fucking badass, the baddest man on the planet. Robert Givens, soft, all this shit. I'm not saying whether or not he beat Robin Givens. I'm saying in the court of law, it was her crying, his word against hers. Yeah. And then he goes to jail for however long he goes to jail for. All I'm saying is, if we're going to put people in jail, can we get some evidence, please? That's all I'm asking for. It's the evidence. Evidence. That's all. There's no sperm. There's no fucking video of him grabbing somebody and snatching him out of the elevator like my man with the Ravens. Like, there's none of that stuff. Ray Rice, right? There's nothing. I remember I was reading an article about Lupita. Lupita, what's her name? Lupita yeah, that one, right?
Yeah, so I can't pronounce it.
The one dating the one that's dating Janelle Monáe right now. She said that she went up to his room, met him at his room, late as fuck, right?
Well, that was his MO.
No, you don't have to go.
All right, see, this is where I think it comes into play with the me being over here thing. Like, those opportunities, and you never know. This man is extremely powerful, and he's in charge of a production company that can literally change your life, okay? So, a lot of shit that happened to me on the good side happened after midnight. Shit happens real late at night in LA. So to regular 9 to 5 people, it's, oh man, why would you be over there at midnight? You still up at midnight. Your day might have started at 4 in the afternoon. Okay. And they go, hey, the CEO of da-da-da-da want to meet with you. It's Mr. Weinstein. And you're like, oh my God. Like, for real? Like, Weinstein Productions? Yes. Yeah, he wants to see you about a role. You don't, at that time, I don't think any of them left with the intention, or the premonition of this dude is a predator and he's going to do something to me. Deals happen in hotels all the time. Now, once you get up to the room and he, in a robe that don't close in the front, yeah, you might want to ask a couple questions.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you don't have to stay. Like there are so many times, man. And I love
this too. Before you hold on one second. And people in LA are eccentric as fuck. So you might go to somebody's house that's talking about, oh yeah, we about to film this scene, and they still in the bathrobe and slippers. I'm saying that LA is such a weird place. It's one of the reasons, like, people be like, how come you don't live like in LA? It's like, because I still want to be a goddamn human at the end of the day. It's weird. Right. It's a weird place, man.
I understand.
And I'm not excusing. And all I'm saying is I'm always going to give women the benefit of the doubt for not understanding the situation that they were getting put in, especially with somebody that's in a position of power and is just used to getting what he wants. So when he sees some actress on the rise, he probably was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get that one. All I got to do is offer her a role and I can get her up to the room. Even if she consented and didn't want to and just did what she had to do to get out of the situation, because he's not a small guy. And I've heard females say, oh, I just did what I did because I didn't want him to hurt me. Not to say that he would have. Maybe he would have. But they got to get themselves out of the situation in whatever mind frame that they're in. And that might not always be clear.
That's part I don't get. I don't get that part. Like when you said, I'm going to always give women the benefit of the doubt.
To an extent, yeah. I'm always going to hear. I'm always going to hear them out.
No. Time out.
And this is no. So, can I explain?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Explain.
This is what I'm saying. I'm going to hear you out first. If the things that you're saying don't add up, then we have questions. But I'm never going to just dismiss it outright that something happened to you.
Okay, cool. Okay. So women,
you feel me?
Women have been getting hit on all their lives, right? We know that.
Okay.
Men have been trying to get into a woman's pants all their lives. Most, like fucking 15 and up. All right. So let's say you're dating a girl and she's trying to be an actress in Hollywood, LA. She's down there doing her thing. She says to you, yeah, I'm going to meet so-and-so director, big shot guy. 12 a.m., 1 a.m. in the morning. He just said, come through and let's talk about this role I might have for you. What do you say to her?
I promise you. See, you still thinking from the standpoint of a regular dude.
What do you say to her? You say, okay, cool, go ahead?
Depends on the role.
Nigga, shut up.
I'm so serious. It depends on the role.
You fucking...
I'm not, and no. Bruh. I did a short film when I first got out here. Both of them are actors and actresses respectively. Okay? I guarantee you that conversation has come up with them, and regardless if it was 11 o'clock, all right, go ahead, or I'm going to go with you. At a minimum, I'd probably go, but that's just me. But out here, it's like, yo, the iron's hot. Go get that opportunity because this might be your shot.
Okay.
That's how these things happen. I am not excusing any of his behavior or saying that they're wrong for going over there. I can't, because I understand.
You can't say that somebody's wrong to go. You can't say that a woman should know not to go to another man's room at 12 a.m.
She's not going to know that she's going to be
at
assaulted.
1 a.m.
No woman leaves her house.
You can't say
goes,
no. You can't say that she doesn't know. You can't say that they don't know, because apparently this is a known in Hollywood. That
what?
This
We're
dude
talking about when this stuff first broke, though.
No, this has been going on for years. This has been going on for years. Like these I don't want to get into the article because these are older cases. A lot of these cases are
each
old.
one of these women called each of the other women and was like, so did it happen to you too? Oh, okay.
No,
cool.
hold
Did
on,
you get that movie role?
because apparently with Bill Cosby, it was a known. Nobody said shit though. So people let that shit ride.
He outed himself though.
No,
He was like, everybody was doing it.
No, Hannibal Buress outed him. So
I'm talking about when it was his time to speak. He still was like, everybody was doing it. I'm like, damn it, Cosby.
No, that shit was rolling. People knew about Cosby. People knew about Harvey Weinstein. People knew about a lot of these gross motherfuckers. Like people knew about who's my man, Kaiser Soze. Damn.
Spacey?
Yeah.
I thought he got acquitted of all charges.
No, he got acquitted because old boy dropped the charges.
I wonder what happened behind the scenes on that.
That's another conversation. A conversation we need to have is if people drop charges, are the people that are accused of being guilty, are they still guilty?
In a way. I mean, if the charges got dropped, that just means they're not chasing them in court. But that doesn't mean something didn't happen.
If the charges got dropped, that means the motherfuckers got paid.
Probably.
Most likely. I mean,
probably. But that don't mean he didn't do it.
That doesn't mean he didn't do it, but that doesn't mean he didn't do it. It also doesn't mean that he was never in court. He was never guilty of this certain charge or whatever. So when people do that kind of shit, and this kind of goes back to what I was thinking about earlier this week when we were talking about last week, when we were talking about the Kobe Bryant shit, right? And how he was not guilty of rape, but he paid. I'm gonna say he paid. They settled out of court.
He paid. I mean, call it what it is.
Yeah, I mean he paid, but is he still guilty? Yeah. But maybe is he still guilty? Well, he was never guilty of anything, right?
Yeah, right.
But we still look at him as in the public eye as being guilty, like Kevin Spacey. We still look at him in a public eye of being guilty of. I
hadn't heard nobody bring up Kobe Bryant's stuff in a decade easily, so I feel like that was something that only came up after he passed away.
But that's what happens.
Honestly.
I mean, but he's always going to be guilty, even though he was never. You know what I mean? So it's just weird, man. It's a weird thing.
Well, what I find interesting, like from your take on it, because I could tell this is something that bothers you. You're a little bit more skeptical than I am,
and
that's fine.
So.
I know, and that's fine. But I do feel like there's a reason that you feel the way you feel, and this goes to like every movement, the Me Too, the LGBT communities movement, like everything. Mm-hmm. There's always somebody within that movement that gives you a reason to doubt it.
Okay.
Like we could take Jussie Smollett, for example, and I'm going to say this as somebody that was a fan of some of the songs he put on Empire. Like, I was like, this dude can actually sing, and they do put good music for him. I'm talking season 1. I stopped that shit when it got too stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it got real stupid. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, and then he was like, okay, he gay, whatever. It doesn't matter.
He's
like
gay?
At this point. Shut up, nigga.
I don't.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He's God
My
damn it.
bad,
Anyway, so no, so this dude was doing well, and then this whole thing happened to him. And we all seen the Chappelle show and all that. But after that, it was like, okay, so are we going to these links to root for our cause? And I'm just using him as an example because he's not the only one.
Right.
There have been women that have made false claims against men.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes people like you start to be like, well, wait a minute, where's the evidence at? Like, we need to know because too many people have been wrongly convicted and their lives have gotten changed, yada, yada, yada. I don't think Weinstein is one of those cases, but because of the and this is in every movement. Every female got a homegirl that they know be lying on dudes they go out with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen the females that's like, oh yeah, he hit me and nothing happened. Because of those outliers, it's gonna put doubt in people's minds. So I think that's where you're coming from, if I'm hearing you right.
Well, yeah, I just want evidence. Like, that's all I'm saying. In any case of anything, especially being a black man, with any case with anything, I want there to be evidence. That's all I'm saying.
Have you seen a picture of Harvey?
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
Okay, he's white. He's very white. He's pasty.
Yeah. He looks like he
did that shit. Like, off top.
He looks like,
I don't care what,
he looks like your dick after like the 6th time you've opened that incognito page and getting on. It's like, bro, I'm wore out, bro. Please, no.
You know how when it's cold outside and like your balls like get close to your body? That's how his head looks to me.
He's got it.
But yeah, man, I get what you're saying. I just feel like this one's kind of an open and shut thing, regardless of any of that. You know what I love though?
I don't know how it's open and shut when there's no evidence, bro.
There's evidence, bro. Let me
read something to you real quick.
You have to read me shit. I'm grown.
Nigga, shut up. You can't read. All right, so it says, prosecutors did not have forensic evidence or corroborating witnesses to any of the assaults, and Weinstein's defense attorneys had insisted each alleged encounter was consensual. But after a case that was in many ways considered the culmination of the Me Too movement, the jurors ultimately chose to believe the women's accusations over their, Protestants? I don't know what the fuck.
Dude,
over the Protestants of the alleged rapist.
Stop reading. Fuck it. Because you gonna tell me I can't read. You over there Floyd Mayweathering.
Protestations. So, that's a hard word to say, nigga. You say it.
I don't. Isn't that thing in the butt? Anyway, all right. My thing with him, there's a lot of different pieces to this shit, man. One, if you've watched any even TV shows, they let you know you can win a case in the public of opinion, like that, the court of public opinion.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right, but you can.
You can.
Then two, it's a jury vote. So they could throw all that shit out the window and go, you know what? I know what these laws state. These women need justice. If the jury decides to, and then he was acquitted of the two most serious charges.
Moral victory shit, like, well,
it can be.
These women need justice because of all the other shit that happened that we overlooked. Right now, these women deserve this justice.
I believe him in this case. And this is just my gut. There's other ones that I've seen, and I'm like, I want to see more. This is not one of those times.
All right. I'm just asking. It just ain't. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna convict somebody of something, have evidence. That's it.
I feel you. All right, we're rehashing the same point. I don't want to stay on this too long.
All right.
I agree with you though. I agree that there should be evidence. I don't feel like this is one of them times that it even needs to be disputed.
He should go to jail though. He could go kick it with Cosby. They put Cosby in jail. No evidence. Throw his ass in jail too.
Here's the other thing, the flip side to that, because social media has been, well, what about Weinstein all this time?
Yeah. Is
that going to stop? Or are they going to find a new spin to keep it going?
I think Black Twitter is going to be okay with the sacrificial lamb of Harvey Weinstein.
He is not a sacrificial lamb, man. You keep making it sound like he's innocent, bro. That's what.
No. It could bother you, nigga. It's fine. But
I'm telling you, that's how you're coming across. You're coming across like he didn't do shit.
I'm not saying he didn't do anything, but have they proven he did anything? Okay, they didn't. Oh, that's fine. All right, that's cool. But They didn't prove Cosby did anything either. It was all, hey, back in the day, he slipped me a pill. And then I woke up, didn't know what happened, went home. Guess what I did the next weekend? Went back to his house. So he went to jail because of that kind of shit. No evidence, all people saying what happened. Harvey Weinstein, same shit. So if Cosby can go to jail for that, Weinstein can go to jail for the same thing. I'm good with it. Like, I don't care about him going to jail. I mean, fuck him. I don't care.
Okay, I'm just trying to clarify because that's how I was coming across. And for people listening right now, we're recording this midweek, so who knows if between now and then we'll find out what he got as far as sentencing. So if you when you hear this Sunday, Monday, whenever you listen to it, and you're like, why didn't they know that? That's why. So don't come at us for that. I know what I found interesting. Like,
okay.
He did you see he was like he got sent to the hospital with chest palpitations?
Oh yeah, me too. Me too, nigga.
I was like, oh, now your chest hurt.
Oh yeah, me too.
He's like,
I'm in there.
He's like, judge was like, you got anything to say? He's like, I think I'm bleeding inside my chest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, something is wrong right now.
Oh man.
He was like, I feel a little woozy behind this here verdict.
It's rough.
I'm like, come on, man, your chest don't hurt. Going in the courtroom with that walker.
Oh, look, that's the Cosby move. Like, yo, like, I'm doing cool right now, right? But as soon as that verdict about to come out, I need the media. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that walker real quick. Let me get that wheelchair. Who knows? I'm just saying.
I was like, what is up with him and this walker, man?
It's look. Let the people in the jury see me like this. Maybe they'll have some compassion.
Not at all.
They did because he missed the two major charges. The one that could have gave him life. They was like, we ain't gonna do like that, bro. We gonna give you this
for me. And
piece.
this is just my opinion. I really think that he's got way too much money for some of the stuff not to go away. Mm. I think that certain stuff got paid off, and like can't nobody convince me otherwise. Cause it just seems a little bit too convenient that he got off on the biggest ones.
Yeah, like he's not going to jail for nothing real, man. He'll be cool. Since we're on this shit, and we'll get off it in a minute, but I do want to, like, when it comes to the Me Too thing, because people are saying, well, the media is saying that the Me Too movement had a big push, right, publicly with this verdict coming out the way it did. I was reading and about like some of his companies and their productions. And did you know that that Ben Affleck, he pledged to give all of the royalties that he continues to get, or future royalties that he's getting from Weinstein Productions, he's giving that stuff to the Me Too activists and things like that.
The activists and charities, yeah.
Do you think he should have to do that shit?
I think at the point he's at, there's nothing he can't do to keep him from staying out. And he's got to, it became too big. This is one of them cases, like if you go out right now and you rob a liquor store, mm-hmm. It's not going to become like the Booze 2 movement where you just needed a bottle. It's not going to be that because you're just Marcus, I'm just Sam.
Right.
His became a poster child for an entire movement of women, famous or not, mm-hmm. anywhere in the country, that are being wronged in discriminatory practices and being taken advantage of. Once you become that poster child case, you better you do everything. Do everything. So, I mean, I'm not saying he should have had to, but he had to.
I never.
He had to.
I never. Why?
He had to. I'm not saying you do.
Why do you feel like Ben Affleck should give royalties to future residual income he's getting from Weinstein movies he made or that were produced by his company? Why should Ben Affleck give that money away to whoever?
Hey man, it's optics. Hollywood is optics. Your career can be let's say he said no. Is it cheaper?
Who asked him to do it? Like nobody.
We don't know what happened, man.
Man, I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something.
I done found out some stuff that like I'm not even gonna talk about here until we established that is wild out here. That makes me go, oh, so that's what happened with that, and oh, that's how that person got big.
Well,
and
hold
it's
on.
like it's not some cool shit.
So you think Ben
But-
Affleck doesn't get a job ever again if he doesn't give away his residual incomes from these?
I'm not
these one-
saying that he
Okay.
doesn't get a job again, but it's real easy for you to slip from that A-list.
Not if you're Ben Affleck.
That's not-
Are you crazy?
Okay.
Come on,
Okay.
don't do that. Are you serious?
I'm telling you, man. You can't tell me that you can't fall off the
you
A-list. You
You
really
tripping.
feel like you can't fall off the A-list?
Not if I'm fucking Ben Affleck. There's
Well,
nothing.
Ben
like,
Affleck has some other issues to deal with too, and
there's
you know
nothing-
that. So
that's fine too. Yeah, we'll do it some other time. But you can't tell me if I'm Ben Affleck, if I am a Oscar-winning director, Oscar-winning. Is he an Oscar-winning actor? I don't know. But I got an Oscar
you know
in my
Spacey was an
career.
A-list actor, right?
Who?
Spacey.
And I guarantee you, he about to come back. Guarantee it.
You putting that on? I'm gonna put money on that with you.
Put money on it. I bet a check on it. Whenever we start
Ooh.
getting checks.
the first one. He
I'm
like, hey, don't
telling you,
even
he's
split
gonna
that one
come
up.
back, man. He's gonna come back. I'm telling you. Kevin Spacey will
I
be
wouldn't
back.
mind seeing Spacey in movies again,
I
especially
still
if
watch
like,
him in movies.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, it's
He,
I don't know.
he never
It's
touched
weird.
my
It's
butt,
weird.
nigga.
That we know of,
I mean, allegedly.
allegedly, and then you got paid off. Maybe you the one that you paid him off. Did you drop the charges?
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not Terry Crews, nigga. If you're famous and you grab my balls, yeah, you better grab your checkbook because we about to get this shit
Man,
popping.
yeah. I stopped riding for him with that after the Gabrielle Union thing. I was like, bro, you was just trying to get some clout at the time. I don't know. That one didn't work for me. But while we're on this whole movement thing, since we've been heavy for a half an hour.
Okay.
Damn, we started hot today.
It's been half an hour? God damn.
Roughly. Tennessee. I don't know if anybody out there has heard about this bill, Bill 1572. If passed, and I'm just going to read it, it would require public elementary and secondary schools to ensure that student athletes participate in school-sanctioned sports based on the student's biological sex as indicated on the birth certificate issued at the time of birth. The bill, which was introduced in December, would establish a civil penalty up to $10,000 if they find out that you didn't comply with it. What you think?
I'm with that. This has been a hot topic in the fan group, and people going back and forth about this. It's been really, really heavy.
Yeah.
It's been really heavy. So here's my thing, and when I think about it, I don't have a daughter, right? But when I think about this, to me, I think about fairness. To me, I think about why we test for steroids, HGH in baseball and football and things like that. It's performance enhancing drugs. Being a man, anatomically, biologically, all that shit, and playing in a female sport, that's an unfair advantage. And I saw some people saying that, if you're an athlete, if you're an elite athlete, you don't care who lines up next to you. You just want to beat that person.
Yeah.
And
I've seen that argument a lot, actually.
And that's fine to think that. I played sports up to the collegiate level. I've done MMA and the mixed martial arts, for who doesn't know that. And I've done judo and I've done a lot of things, but it's different. Like when it says that elementary school or like if any elementary or secondary school willfully or intentionally allows a transgender girl to play on a girl's team, that's
Are you looking at it as they're letting a guy play?
Yeah, because that's what you're a guy. I mean, you can say whatever you whatever you feel like you are, whatever you label yourself as. That's fine, but under the skin and your DNA and your muscles, you're a male.
Yeah, but like I came up and I suck at sports. I'm pretty sure most of the women that's smaller than me will make my knees slam together. I suck at sports. So like it crossed me right up on the court, like easily.
That. Right.
Just simply. And I'm not going to go, she must be a dude. Like,
she must be a dude. Well, here's the difference. Here's the difference. I don't actually. The only thing I disagree with about this bill is that it says elementary school, secondary school, because I don't know, like, when children decide that they're not what's on their birth certificate, right? Right. I don't know. Like, I don't know how that looks when a 5-year-old boy decides he wants to be a girl. I don't understand that part. That's not for me.
Okay, but before we get too deep into this, like, for y'all listening, I just want to say this right now. Marcus and I are not experts in any of this. Okay,
no, absolutely not.
And
I know gay. I know gay people, but I don't know. This is different.
And that's exactly why I said it, because I didn't want you to end up saying, like, I know gay people, and it sound like when white people be like, I've had 3 black people in my house. No, what I'm saying is,
my favorite cousin's gay.
You still doing it, nigga? I'm just playing with you. So, but the reason I wanted to preface that is to say, and this was something I was going to bring up later, but as we're talking about it, I feel like it's important to say up top. In having this conversation, me and Marcus right now, we purposely did not discuss this until we got on the mic.
At all.
I felt like it was important to do that, and this is something I told him off mic. I feel like when people talk in any of these conversations, online, offline, you meet somebody at work, you meet somebody in the community that happens to be in one of these communities. Nobody's listening to learn or educate anybody. Mm-hmm. I feel like everybody is just trying to get their shit off. And what tends to happen, a matter of fact, we saw it happen in our own group. I feel like the first time anybody says 2 little words in a sentence that are wrong or misplaced or misspoke, according to the person that's in that community or vouching for that community, they just label you. And that's the easiest way for them to not explain it to that person. And then nobody grows inside of that conversation.
Right.
So I'm listening to Marcus right now. I'm hearing his thoughts on it. We're bouncing ideas off of each other. But again, like, I'm not in that community. And look, I'm going to say the same thing he did. I know people that have transitioned, you know, I know people that I've stood beside at work that were men, and now we're using different bathrooms because they've completely transitioned. And I respect what they're doing and their choice to do it. I don't have to understand it. Like, they had to clean it. Yeah. You know, they got to do their own thing.
I said they got the clean bathroom. You got the, you know.
Oh, the clean bathroom. I thought you said they had to clean it. I was like, yeah, I'll just go with that. But I was just going to ride with you. I'll be like, yeah, I clean mine too. Whatever. But yeah, like, and I don't have to understand the choice because it's not my choice to make. I don't give a damn what you're doing in the bed with somebody else. None of that. I got gay cousins, all of that. Happy for them. Love them to death. But when you have the conversation, it is for anybody in any of those communities, including the straight one, if you got to explain being straight to somebody, because that's the world we live in. If you're not explaining it to them in a way that just doesn't come from a place of you just going, oh, you're transphobic, then you might as well shut the fuck up and let them stay transphobic, because you're not educating them at all. I felt like that was important to say early, because if we get too deep into it, they're going to be thinking a certain way. And if you're labeling, you're not trying to educate. I would love to have a discussion about this that's not just you're wrong with people online, especially online. Nobody listens to understand. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely ridiculous up there. Like, I really feel like in the thread that I read anyway, everybody was just stating their piece and then going on somewhere. And if anybody said anything to the contrary, they just labeled them and moved on.
I told you that before. When we I'm like, people don't talk online to have their minds changed or to have a conversation. People talk online to get their point across. It's kind of like one of those things where people are listening to respond. People are not listening to hear what you're saying. They're listening in order to respond to what you have to say.
Yeah. 40-minute mark. We on the same page again.
Nigga, wait, hold on a second. No. Nigga, I was saying something. You cut me off. Anyway.
Go. Hey.
All right. What I was saying was.
Go ahead.
What I was saying was with this bill, back on track.
Back to the bill.
With this bill, I don't agree with the fact that it should be elementary or secondary school. I think it should be high school if they're going to put this bill in place, because high school is the place where it makes a difference. If you're
as far as like a collegiate athlete, you mean like going to college and all of that?
No, I mean when you're a man playing women's sports. If you're playing, baseball, a bunch of little boys, bunch of little girls playing baseball, not that big of a difference, right?
Right.
Bunch of girls, bunch of boys playing baseball in middle school, basketball in middle school, not that big of a difference. I mean, the girls are just taller, right? But in high school, that shit changes. That shit is different. Like
that's when you start changing up.
That's when guys start hitting a fucking stride. That's when guys are stronger, faster, noticeably. And I don't give a fuck who hears this and thinks it's wrong. Dude, we went to when I was in high school, we had a charity softball game. It was our baseball team, our varsity baseball team, versus our varsity softball girls team.
Okay.
When I tell you, we smoked they fucking boots easily. Not even trying, like playfully hitting shit out the park. We don't play softball. They do. And we are killing them.
Still went in and gave them that L.
Yo, straight up. Who cares?
Well,
right? So if you're a woman and you're doing martial arts, if you're 22 and you're a professional and you go up against a 22-year-old man, okay, I'll end it with this. I'll end it with this. Look, if you are a father of a young lady, okay, let's say she's a boxer, and then in her grouping, there is a transgender boxer that's been knocking bitches out. Do you want your daughter facing that? 'Cause I'm on the side of fairness. Do you want your daughter facing?
That's come up a lot where it's like, wait a minute, because I want to say it was like a wrestler. There's a boy that transitioned to female, and he was wrestling with females.
Yeah.
And like
Busting
winning
ass.
championships now. Yeah.
Busting ass. It's happening in track. And well, there's a track runner who's transgender.
I don't think it's fair either.
It's not.
But also, like, the world is I don't know. I don't want to call it crazy. It's going crazy.
But no, here's the thing, though.
In certain aspects.
Here's the thing. It's okay. And here's how I see it. I don't have a daughter, right? I don't have a daughter, but I'm trying to feel this way. If my daughter's track team lost because there are one or two transgender girls on the opposing track team and they lose, now it's kind of like, well, damn. And this is me trying to go back into my being an athlete. That's deflating to me. I would be deflated for my girls because I'm like, damn.
I would take it as, how can I put it? Okay, you seen The Incredibles?
Oh shit, yeah.
Remember how there was like Dash really shouldn't be out there running with them because it's not fair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's different. So, and I'm not saying that, being trans is a superpower, but I mean, going from one, I mean, kinda. I don't know. It's different. Things are different now. Like if you're gonna make that choice for you,
a shapeshifter.
I feel like I feel. So stop that.
I'm sorry.
I feel like you should be able to make that change for you, right? I think it crosses into a different realm of conversation when what you're doing is affecting other people.
Yeah.
And when you're going to play sports now, let's say you was trying to, you're doing everything that you can in basketball. You're a girl. You're playing basketball. You balling out of control. And on the day that The scout comes out, you get crossed up by, the trans female that's on the other team. And now you look bad. Now all of a sudden you don't get your scholarship. And of course it's an extreme example. But it's something that wouldn't have happened if everybody on the court was born a female and it was the same.
Yeah. I mean,
across the board.
There's a difference. There's a difference in playing football, right, in high school, and you're guys playing football on the varsity level. There's a difference in someone just being genetically better than you. There's a difference when there's fucking Adrian Peterson out there, 6'2", 220 in high school, and he's trucking motherfuckers.
Right. There's a big difference
now,
there.
Imagine Adrian Peterson being Adriana Peterson and saying, I'm playing girls football now. It's just the difference in competition.
Yeah.
And there's no way to debate that part, which is kind of hard for me to comment on the group conversation, because to me, playing
there's
sports,
no conversation to be had in a way. Is how you feel?
It's not really a conversation to be had because, dude, there is no fucking way. If my daughter was a wrestler and I'm pushing her being a wrestler, I want her to be an All-American, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's fucking The Undertaker is coming out of the other locker room.
We got a slobber knocker.
And now she's fucking pedigreed in the middle of the floor.
That's when it would become a problem.
That's
I would
different.
love for any listener in the YouTube comments or anything, give me a logical way to explain or educate me. For lack of a better term. I am 100% fine, and I know Marcus said this on a previous podcast, with a different opinion coming in that has a logical rationale to it. This is one of those things where I think people get real emotional about, and honestly, and I've always felt this way, it's just because it's fucking confusing.
Here's the hard question, though. Here's the hard question.
Right?
The hard question is, if you have a son who identifies as a girl, how do you tell him that he can't play girl sports, female sports at that young age?
No. That would have to go both ways. It has gone both ways. I've seen that in the news. But at the same time, he's gonna have the same hardships or whatever, and they get into the equality of it. But I have seen that go from boy to girl, girl to boy, and everything in between. Mm-hmm. But we also know now, and again, not an expert, but it's more than just, I'm transitioning from male to female, female to male, and then some people identify something else. I can't think of the word right now. Something in the middle. Are they going to be having their own sports competitions? And you know what I'm saying? Is there going to be just... I
mean, that might be the only way to do it. I don't want to be that guy, but that might be the only way to make it fair. Because I am in the team of fair competition. And just because you identify as a woman, that doesn't make it fair, because you have the DNA of a man. So that doesn't make it fair for you to compete with women that will get disqualified if they had the testosterone in their blood, in their body that you have.
Yeah, this is a conversation with somebody I know. I want to have this conversation with. I'm gonna have to find a buddy I used to work with at Transition. He's out in LA somewhere. This is a conversation I would literally love to have and learn about, because it is confusing to somebody that has grown up and not really had to deal with it to that extent, and had people
right.
Everybody transitioning and whatnot is a relatively new thing for people to grasp and have to go, okay, so the bathroom's for everybody now. And and all change is going to come with that sort of resistance.
I'm going to tell you what, bro. I work in the corporate office. I love the transitional bathrooms. The one that's like one side of it is a dude.
Ooh, that's the cleanest bathroom
and
in the building.
And then the other side of it is like the dude with the dress.
Yeah.
Man.
That bathroom
it's single serve. It's a single serve bathroom. It's just you and there by
nobody
yourself.
Coming through there.
Nah.
You chilling.
It's like a door.
But you know
it's one toilet, and then the door locks behind you. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but all of them that I've been in, they got that motion light. So if you sit still for too long, you gotta like
wave
do
your-
that thing where you do the North Carolina.
Yeah, you gotta
and
throw
like,
your hand up in there.
yeah. So that's the only thing. I don't like that transgender light switch.
And
They got it. They got it. It is. It's a light switch, but like you push it and it'll stay on, or you push it and it comes on when it wants to. Like it's too much.
It's a transition. It's transitioning.
It's in transition lights. Yeah, I see what they did there.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it,
Like for real.
that's a creative design.
I'm tired of the sexuals, dog. I'm tired of the sexuals. It's too many fucking sexuals. Sick and tired of that shit.
You say it's too many.
It's too many sexuals. It's too many fucking sexuals.
Oh, you talking about like trans and
Transsexual.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out the first
fucking
well,
omnisexual.
the bisexual chicks is fly though.
Well, I mean, all chicks are bisexual, so it's all good.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. It depends on what you define it as, because all of them ain't trying to eat another female out. They'll all go to this is the reason I always thought they was all biased, because women will like go buy draws together, and dudes, we don't do that.
You don't do that, no.
But they just go, oh well, y'all just need to stop. You know, y'all are so homophobic and this and that. And I'm like, no, I just don't need to go with him to buy a 3-pack of boxers. Like I just don't.
Nah.
You know.
Like dudes don't
But
go
women
together
will go.
dudes don't go buy lube together, but women go buy, vibrators together, which is all. I mean, I think that's beautiful. But
Well, you know what though? Honestly, and I just had this thought. I think women go and do that because they want to be sexy for us, so they'll like be like, "Hey, what do you think about this for my man?" Mm-hmm. We don't go buy draws and be like, "You think she gonna like me in these hands?"
Yo, you think she gonna like this dick hole right here,
bruh?
If I can pull this dick hole to the side, you think it's gonna be all right?
You like how it flapped to the left instead of the right on this one, like
yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, that's different. That's different.
But no, I mean like pansexual. What the fuck are we doing with pansexual?
What is pansexual? That's a new one. I've
hold
heard
on,
it before, but I've never looked at it. Hold on.
A pansexual person has the capacity to form enduring physical, romantic, or emotional attractions to any person, regardless of gender identity. Don't they make you bi? Isn't that just bisexual?
Not limited in sexual choice with regard to biological sex, gender, or gender. So you like whatever.
That makes you bi, because there's only.
That sounds like. It kind of sounds like bi.
There's only two. There's you like dick or you don't like dick, right? That's it. There's two.
I guess. I mean, if you simplify it that way, I don't understand the need to be broken down into a specific category myself.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this is one of them things where like we're getting it out, and the more that we talk about it, the more I'm like, I need an adult, I need an expert that considers themselves pan to ask that question to. I'd be like, all right, you consider yourself pansexual. Do you have dick or vagina?
Like Janelle,
cool.
Janelle Monáe said that shit. Janelle Monáe was like, I'm pansexual. And I like whoever. Okay, so you like men and women. That makes you bi.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking about? You have to label yourself to feel special, and that's some shit.
Labels is hot right now.
I'm so fucking sick of that shit, though, dog. Like everyone has to label themselves to feel special. I need a label to
Everybody's trying to find out who they are.
Allosexual. Here's allosexual, and an adjective used to describe people who do experience sexual attraction and are not asexual. What the fuck? What?
Well, I mean, since we started doing this, I've been calling myself podsexual. So
okay, here's another one. Aromantic.
I identify as a podcast. I don't know what you identify as, but I like it. And I don't want you judging me for it.
Aromantic, an adjective used to describe people who do not experience romantic attraction.
Aromantic?
So you don't experience romantic. So that just means you don't like foreplay with your shit. So why the fuck you need a label? Why?
I know some females that's aromatic. They just don't get horny. I mean,
just smell like bitches smell like incense.
just Glade plug in. That's all.
Like, I don't understand. Like, why do we need all this shit? Like, what's the other the sapio something or other?
Sapio. Oh,
yeah,
no, I've been
inte-
calling myself that for years.
No, we gotta stop, nigga, because all that means is I'm attracted to intelligent
You're attracted
people.
to somebody that's intelligent, man.
You're attracted to fucking smart dick. Well, not you, but you're
Wait,
attracted.
whoa.
You're attracted to smart people. You're attracted to somebody that can have a conversation with you. You're not fucking special.
That ain't saying that nobody's special. That's just saying I like people that have intelligence about them. Hey, that word was my jam when I found it. I was like, I like that shit.
Jesus Christ.
You don't like smart people?
I do, but I don't have to label my dick as to being attracted to smart people.
Oh, you a stoop sexual. You like stupid pussy. That's
that
you
too.
Stoop sexual. You're stoop sexual. Dumb sexual.
That might be a thing. Let me look that shit up.
Nigga.
I'm just saying, like, what the
if
fuck
stoop
is
sexual
like,
is in there?
No.
It's different. It's different.
No, the weird thing about it is, and this is kind of the thing where I sit back to myself, and this when I get really really deep in my thoughts. I don't understand why we have to label ourselves as something in order to feel special. Just be whoever the fuck you are. You don't need some fucking test to tell you that you're fucking NGITB or whatever the fuck that dumbass test is that tells you, well, I like to stay inside, but
well,
I like
introverts and stuff like that.
I like to go outside too.
I think
That's
what it
fucking
is
stupid.
all right, coming up, like when I was growing up, like I had a gay aunt, but we didn't call her a gay aunt. Like there wasn't words for stuff like that. We knew something was a little different.
You called her Leslie?
No, we had a nickname for her. You know what I'm saying? But no, as a kid, I didn't identify her.
Right.
All right, like to use the words we're using now, I didn't identify her as a lesbian. I just knew she liked to hang out with this chick a lot, and she was at every family function. But it never like clicked two and two together.
Other aunt.
Right. Cause like black folks, they don't really say nothing. They just be like, they a little sweet, or they'll like cock their arm a little bit. They do stuff like that.
You brought her friend. With
but
her.
Right, her friend. That's exactly what they called her all the time. She brought her friend with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real careful not to say names right now.
Oof,
so
you got that bleep button.
Oh man, my mama never called me cousin. So like that sort of thing. But it didn't have a need to have a name attached to it. It just, I don't know, it just does now. Because there's so much different stuff going on. It's just a different time, man. And I'm pretty sure
it's all the same.
I'm pretty sure this is the same type of conversation that this is why we have to be understanding of it. As black people, we can't be like, hey, why are y'all doing this? Because we went through the civil rights movement and we wanted to be identified as just regular ass people. So if this is how they feel, it's their right to do so.
I disagree.
What the fuck? You bugging.
We just wanted to be black. That's it. We just wanted to be black and to be able to vote and shit like that.
It seems simple.
Dude.
It seems simple.
But okay. What
perspective, bro? You got to take yourself out of yourself and think about it from somebody else's shoes.
I'm cool with you being gay. I'm cool with you being trans. I'm cool with you being lesbian. I'm cool with you being bisexual. I'm cool with all that shit. But you do not need to fucking, what is LGBT? Like, it's just like up to like 8 letters now. And they got a fucking plus sign in the shit. Like, look.
Yeah, you can add,
All I'm saying is we understand. Go, like, okay, who is telling trans people they can't vote? Because you want to bring it back to the black thing. Who's telling trans people they can't eat in a restaurant? Who's telling trans people or gay people that they can't go? I mean, the only thing that they've not been able to do lately is, get a cake made at some Christian place? That's different. But you got homegirl from Harry Potter talking about, I married myself. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm omnisexual.
We ain't gonna talk bad about Hermione, dog.
Hermione,
that's what we
whatever the fuck. Hermione, whatever the fuck her name is.
All right. I just looked it up. It's LGBTQIAPK.
Oh shit! And there's a plus sign, right?
Nope, I don't see a plus. Well, yeah, I do see it now because there's a longer abbreviation. There's a caveat to it underneath it. This says there's a longer abbreviation.
Yo, man, it's too far.
Wait. No. I misspoke on that.
Okay.
It's the plus sign is everything else that comes after the Q. So that's the whole thing is LGBTQIA. QIAPK, and it's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, asexual.
Is that not crazy?
Hold on. Polygamous, and the K is kink.
What the fuck?
And I know some kink people, and I understand that one because I've had real conversations with her. So, you know, that's a thing. I mean, and like I said, with all the other ones, I need to talk to you. And if you can make me understand logically what it means, I'm good with that. And I've spoken to somebody that is kink, and it makes sense.
So
how
was everyone not in that fucking under that umbrella? They
Under
put
which umbrella?
They put an H in there. That's everybody.
No. I mean, if after K it start going, the people that's like I identify as a toaster. Like that's the people that, like I said, there's people in every sect that will ruin it for everybody else. These, I guarantee you can sit down with somebody that is in the community that understands it, and they can give you a logical explanation. I really believe that. Otherwise, it wouldn't just be me and you talking. It would be a bunch of people going, well, that particular letter is bullshit. So I'm pretty sure that, yeah, I'll give him a pass on it. I don't get it either. I don't get it either. I'm saying it's a conversation to be had.
It's not just that label. I mean, those are labels, but it's like I'm labeled. Like I choose to be labeled this because of whatever. I have this mental illness 3 generations down from my family, so that's just why I like to drink. I have this going on over here, so that's why. Like you're blaming everything that happens around you because of what you choose to be labeled as.
I think what it is
I don't understand that
for
part.
for every like negative reaction, I feel like we go positive on the way other side of it, like kind of an overcorrection. You feel me? So when I feel like things have been shitty on one side so long that the pendulum swings to the other side, and all it's really about, like in a nutshell, is acceptance of people. So it's swung to this like mass pendulum of everybody needs a label, and I think that it's slowly swinging back towards the middle. But that's what it's doing. It's sort of like going back to the civil rights movement thing, but it got really extreme on one side, and then it starts to kind of go back towards the middle again. Honestly, I think that's how Trump got elected. I felt like they were like a black president, and it swung way to the side of people that have a lot of ulterior beliefs that have nothing to do with politics.
No, for sure. I mean, that was just, it was a black guy that was president for 8 years, and people hated it. So then they came out in droves. People came out in droves.
On the opposite end, opposite end of the spectrum.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And voted for the wrong reasons. And I'm not saying that everybody that voted for Trump is racist, but damn it if it don't show in certain aspects as a black man. It just does.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, it's just one of them things that I feel like it's a pendulum swing, and it's gonna kind of start to come back to the middle.
Nigga, they're still adding letters. You think the pendulum is in the middle?
No, I said it's gonna come back to the middle. Eventually, it's a big ass pendulum. Okay,
it's a lot of letters too, nigga. There's still a lot of shit in the alphabets.
Yeah, if they just run out of letters and start using like the numbers from like the menu at the Chinese restaurants and shit like that, that's when it's gonna get too much.
Roman numerals. I mean, dog,
Roman numerals.
Seriously though, if you put an H in that shit, that's everybody.
Well, H would probably be hetero.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're the only ones that's not in that.
Yeah. So now, wait a minute, goddammit. Now we the minority in this bitch. Hold on a second.
Yep. Like we gotta start a movement. Movement.
They did it already. You see how that shit? Did you see the reaction of the straight parade?
Oh, the gay parade? Straight pride. straight pride parade. Can we be on a straight pride parade is a gay parade?
Straight, yeah, that's true.
That's hella gay. Like,
seriously.
You out there with
if you're a straight, I'll say a straight guy. If you're a straight guy and you feel that way, that you need to go out there and prance around the streets to show how straight you are,
that's gay to me.
You probably gay.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's gay.
And I think, honestly, though, that right there, that particular thing, that straight pride parade, that shows the homophobia to me. That you really got out of your house. You got dressed.
I don't think it's homophobia.
You put pants on to go in the street and prove that you straight. Come on, man.
I don't think it's homophobia. I think it's trolling. I think it's trolling.
That ain't no, that was not trolling. It seems like trolling when we see it online. But how you can be a bit of a troll sometimes. Are you that dedicated to go to the parade for it? I hope not.
No.
That's extreme.
I wouldn't do that, but because I got shit to do. But I do think that there are people that live their lives to troll, and if they're like, I mean, all it takes is, well, they had a gay parade, well, we're gonna have a straight parade.
That's okay.
And who it is? It's like, well, who wants to do this? What other trolls around me can I get out here in the street to be straight with me? Because they did it.
Yeah,
Why
it
can't
only takes
one. But it's just like the whole bullshit about well, if black people can go over here and march, so can white people, and it's the white pride shit, right? Even though that they're racist, it's like, well, white pride. They could do the black pride thing. Well, let's come over here and do this shit. I think a lot of people are racist, but a lot of them are also just fucking trolling. They just trolling.
There's a lot of bored people that just want to be a part of something.
Trolling.
Yeah.
That's all it is, and that's all. I mean, that motherfucker's stupid, man. I mean, like, go,
all right, I want to get off of this.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
off of it.
I want to get off of this because we are deep into.
You don't want to hear about androsexuals? All right, my bad.
What is the people with Android phones?
Fucking Data from Star Trek and shit.
Bisexuals, just people that exclusively use Apple products.
This shit says being primarily sexually, aesthetically, and or romantically attracted to masculinity. And they got their own man, get the fuck out of here, man. Okay, moving on.
Now I can tell you who we're gonna find out which one of the letters they're gonna be.
Who that?
You know who Michaela is?
I know a lot of Michaelas, bro.
Michaela Spielberg.
Well, I know the last name.
yeah. There's not too many Spielbergs out there, man. Long story short, man, his daughter then came out, and I mean like on media outlets, saying that she's about to transition herself into adult film.
I'm not sure.
We're not gonna get deep into porn because we did that last episode. But I
mean, let me go ahead and pull this Pornhub up, and we will see how deep in the porn we're gonna get.
We still podding, bro. We still podding.
I mean, I could do both.
No, you put the dick down when you're talking to me. That's
Nigga,
weird.
my dick is not. Hold on.
You went off on me when you heard me flush a toilet one time. So I don't want to hear that. That
was because I don't like talking to you with your ass and or dick out. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
I wasn't doing none of that though. You just heard the sound. It might have anyway. All right. As a father, let's say you had a daughter. How would you feel? Would you feel like you failed as a father? That was my first question because I grew up watching Spielberg's movies. Mm-hmm. Now, it made me go, so was he so busy making movies that she was like sitting over there and had questions about her sexuality and all this and that? He wasn't there to ask. He's making Jaws. She wondering, well, what do my Jaws do?
Oh, shit.
Who knows? How would you feel as a father that has money? It ain't like she got to do it.
I would feel like Morpheus.
Oh, Montana Fishburne stepped out there.
I mean, that's who I'm calling. If I'm Steven, hey, Lawrence.
What did you do? He disowned her for a while.
I have to do that too.
And
man.
she if you talk Montana Fishburne, all but disappeared on social media afterwards, but she was ashamed of it. Now, Michaela is like, I want to do this.
When you telling me, like, she didn't fall down some kind of, I don't know. I don't know because I haven't looked. But I'm guessing she didn't fall down like some path of destruction. And now she's waking up addicted to ecstasy and dicks all over the place. She is making a decision.
She's making a decision
to become a porn star.
Steven Spielberg has said he's concerned and embarrassed about his daughter's porn career. She intends to launch an OnlyFans page.
I can't. What is it? What's her name now?
Michaela Spielberg.
Michaela Spielberg OnlyFans.
Stop looking her up.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't have one yet. Focus.
Oh my bad.
We still pod.
My bad.
She is intending to do this.
I can't fuck with you. I can't. I've given you everything. I've given you. And this is just me. I don't know what kind of father he is, but if he is
right,
the type of father I would be if I had Spielberg money, if I was that person. Tom Hanks is my best buddy, that kind of shit. Even though his son is speaking in, Jamaican, which is weird, but I can't be cool with you just deciding to do this to my name. My name. My name.
It's her name. Okay, it's
my
your name,
father's
her
name.
too.
My father's
So,
name. No. I gave you this name. I gave you this name. I gave this to you.
Right. What I'm saying is, we can't imagine the immense pressure of being a billionaire's daughter. Well, I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he got a lot of money.
Bruh.
She described herself, this is her words, not mine, as a sexual creature. And she wants to, quote unquote, honor my body in a way that's lucrative.
So
she finds it empowering.
She gonna throw it to the wolves, to the wolves of the BBCs over there.
Well, apparently, what she says, she's not trying to do like stuff with anybody else. She wants to do like solo shit.
Are you a porn star if you only fuck yourself on camera?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. That's women got whole careers doing that.
But what are you
know?
doing? Like I don't.
She's just like masturbating and whatnot. Are you saying what are you doing as far as her?
I'm not
like,
saying. I'm not saying what are you doing, nigga?
No, she's doing it, and this was also an article. She wants to separate herself and have her own identity outside of her father's money.
Okay, well go ahead. Guess what? You're fucking cut all the way off. You cut off.
And I would assume, and I'm pretty sure that's what Morpheus did. If this is her choice to do that, then she's with any choice. Mm-hmm. You can go ahead and accept all the consequences that come with it. So if you really want to step out there, it better work for you.
Yeah.
Because after the novelty, and this is just me thinking about it, after the novelty wears off of, wow, this is Steven Spielberg's daughter, is that going to sustain you for the rest of your life?
Better.
I would think not.
I don't give a fuck.
I would think not. I'm not going into like her features or nothing like that, because there's something out there for everybody. But any porn star that I've ever been a big fan of, 2 years max. Like that you're like really like seeing what they're doing, whatever. And then they just kind of fade off the map. Other people pop up. You move on. You find out different stuff you like.
You move on like it was a bad breakup.
I mean, you never know how that lasts,
Yo,
you never found like a flick you liked and then you went back to it and it just didn't make you get there the same way. You're like, oh, yeah. I guess
I delete them from the spreadsheet. I delete them out.
Yeah, it's got to go. Mm-hmm. You're out of my favorites, So it's gonna be like that. So I could see her being like, okay, my OnlyFans page is up because she's Steven Spielberg's daughter. Dudes are gonna subscribe in droves just to see her
at first. Right.
It's going to get old. It's going to get old really fast unless she's doing something freaking fantastic. And I can't picture that. But as a father, I would feel like I kind of failed a little bit. Like I did something wrong. But I'm just the type of parent that whatever's going on with my kids, I have to ask myself that question first. What did I do? What could I have done? That sort of thing. So
yeah,
as Steven Spielberg, I'd be like, was it Jurassic Park 3? Like what the hell? Like what happened?
Was it Jurassic Park 3?
It could have been. I mean, I know he didn't direct that one, but he had a hand in it. And it was terrible. So something had to happen that made you go, I want to be that.
You could just be fucked up. You could just see the people. You could just see. Okay, let's say you had the best life. And I'm not saying, I don't know. Right. So
we don't know.
This is all just us talking shit. So a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people that have money, and then they see the have-nots kicking it and having a different life than they do. Not so much pressure. They go and they go and hang out with what they call the other side of the tracks, right?
Yeah, grass is green on the other side.
They go there and smoke the trash weed with the kids around. You know what I mean? So she might think that that's better. Oh yeah, I have a friend of mine because I guarantee you, she got a friend of hers fucking on the cam shit. So she probably thinks that's a different life. Oh, I want to be free. I want to go and do this. I want to go and do that, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I mean, from what I was reading, she just doesn't look at it as porn. Like some women see their bodies, and some men, it's a beautiful thing. It's to be admired. There's nothing wrong with being naked.
Okay,
Free the
man.
nipple. That whole
All
thing.
right, do that shit if you want to.
Now,
Hey.
now that can be fine the way she views it as she does it. When I watch it, I'm watching porn. So,
That could be fine the way
she-
she sees it.
she
But
call it whatever she wants to.
don't be looking for no ET, no ET check, bitch. That's just over. Like, you're not getting no bread.
Oh, no.
That's a wrap.
As soon as that, there's no retirement fund. As soon as people just unsubscribe, it's going to be like, thank you for the nuts, you bitch you. And they're going to go ahead and be done.
To the next thing, because it's a quick thing. It's like, okay, cool. Spielberg's daughter is doing this shit. That looks fun. Let me go over here and watch her finger bang herself. Oh, well, she's whack. And from these pictures, she look like she gonna be a tire fire. So it's gonna be fucking.
Oh, man.
It's gonna be cool for a second.
I think she's cute, but I don't know.
All right. It's gonna be cool for a second. It's a Spielberg production.
You don't she got like little freckles, yeah.
Yeah, that's cute, I guess. You know. A little bit of
I'm a sucker for freckles, whatever, man. That's a whole nother conversation.
little Indiana Bones. That'll be fun.
Temple of Boom.
Bam.
Dr. Jones, she naked.
Oh, gee, don't do that. Oh, you can.
Short round ain't gonna be in there. Okay.
Short round.
That was the most racist character in movies.
I was
back
about
then,
to make
boy.
a racist joke, but I changed my mind. Dealing with
we probably should.
Asian kids and Asian.
Stop. Like, why are you trying to explain it?
I'm sorry. I'm done with that.
Oh, man. Yeah, I saw it, man, and it was one of them things that it just, I tell you, I always try and think of, like, what's the deeper conversation? Because, okay, we could go, okay, she's going to do porn, but it immediately made me think about, from a parental standpoint, what would I do? What would you do if your son was like, this is what I want to do? Does it change when it's a man?
Yeah, it does.
That's a double standard.
But we know that, though. We know that.
No, so you say if your son was like, "Hey, Dad,
Of course, I wouldn't boost it. I wouldn't be like, "Go knock that pussy down, nigga." No, I'd be like, I would say,
Nah.
"Why are you doing this? What got you to go this way?" But the difference will be the way society sees him. Not in my eyes. Like, for me, I will always say, no, you can't. I'm not fucking with you like that. No, I'm not giving you money to go buy a 4K camera because you think your dick is huge. No, we're not doing that. But just the way society looks at it is just like when, like, you have a son and you have a daughter, and you find out your daughter's fucking, and it's, oh shit, like, this is my princess here. This is my, my soft side.
It's your young king, though.
And she over here. No, with the daughter, though. You over here.
I know,
like,
I'm saying. With a dude, it's your young king doing the same thing.
With your dude is like, oh, man, that's what you pulling? Oh, shit. What? How old is she? Hit me in 2 years if you ain't fucking with her. Like, it's like that kind of thing. It's just different. It's just a different look. Neither looks are great. I would never want my son to go be. I would never want my son to go be a porn star, ever, ever, ever. But it would look. It would just look differently if your son showed up to the barbecue as a porn star, as opposed to your daughter showing up to the barbecue and the porn star. And it's not right. Let me say that it's not right. But that is the way it is.
I think it only looks weird at the onset, though. Like, and what I mean at the onset is, like, it's shocking when you first hear that somebody's going into that. 15 years later and everybody's retired, if we had a cookout and, I don't know, Lexington Steele walk in and Lacey Duvall walk in, we're not going to look at them different. We know this is something they did in their past and whatever now.
They ain't your
like
son,
Jasmine
though.
Cashmere. Jasmine Cashmere is heavy in the church now.
Which is crazy, right?
Like, real heavy in the church. I think she finally got a dude.
I'm sure she did,
I'm actually,
nigga.
I'm actually friends with her.
What you mean,
I'm friends with her
finally?
on one of them. Well, because for a while she was doing interviews and, like, the stuff that she would post was more attuned to. She realized after she retired that she never had a meaningful relationship with anybody, and that it was just an act for her, like, inside and outside of the studio and the cameras and everything else. And she had to find out who she was again. And, it kind of takes away from it.
I'm kind of hurt by that, actually.
It is. It's sad, and I think a lot of people get stuck in that lifestyle and don't realize that they're doing these things for money, and it's cool at the time. It's a young decision, but once you get older, you got to look back, and no matter where you go, I couldn't be sitting in church with Jasmine Cashmere and be like, "God damn, it's Jasmine Cashmere in the front pew." Mm-hmm. I would always think of that because she's a goat to me.
Right.
But what I saw is like in her Instagram and stuff, like she posts like she was at church doing a bake sale. And I'll never forget, she posted this one picture of her and she was in the kitchen cooking. And it was a dude in the background looking like over towards the camera, biting his bottom lip.
Right.
How can you be in church and know that that's who that is and that when you leave, you can go look her up? Because you can still find her stuff.
Yeah.
That it's not going anywhere now. But when they did it back then, and this is what's different between then and what Michaela's doing, when they did it back then, it was like, well, it's just going to be on this VHS tape and it'll go away. No. There's a digital catalog now. Mm-hmm. I don't think they even imagined that there would be a Pornhub when they was doing, stuff back then. And they was just, it's just something I did. You're not going to see it unless you're in that arena. It's in your phone now.
Right.
So Michaela is making a decision knowing that it's going to be on the internet for the rest of her life. That's where it's different to me. And that is where, as a father, I'd feel like I failed. Because now, these kids know that they're leaving a digital footprint. Even if it was a boy.
I mean,
but at the same time, you can't stop them.
No, I can't. But I can't.
You can't make your son not knock nothing down.
I can't cut you the fuck off. And if you understand that, and if this family, your family, means something to you, nigga, what are you doing?
So would you make it clear, like from jump? Okay, this is what you want to do. I respect it. It's your decision. You're grown up. Understand, you're completely cut off from everything that this house. You're out of here.
You out of here.
Sign here.
Ain't no sign here, nigga. You out of here.
Just done.
Because you're not going like what do we say? What were we told as kids when we went outside? Went on field trips or whatever. Parents will tell you, all right now, don't go outside and embarrass me. Right, because you are a reflection of your parents. You are a reflection of your upbringing. If you go outside and embarrass me, when you get back, you know what time it is.
It changes the game.
So if you're an adult and you choose to go outside and embarrass me, spankings are over. I mean, playtime is over. The lessons are over. If you decide to do that, all right, go ahead and do that. Go be grown. Go be an adult. I did my job. You are fucking grown now. I did my job to get you to this point. I would love for us to have, Thanksgiving dinners together and family time. But you want to go over there and play with yourself on fucking TV? Go ahead. Go ahead. No, don't call me. Don't call me for gas. Don't call me for gas money. Oh, your lights is out now. Oh, you're bad. Don't call me. Oh, you can't charge your vibrator up because your power's out. Damn, bitch, that sucks. Sorry.
That's what you let happen. That's what you wanted.
Sorry, and I take offense to you saying that Jasmine Cashmere said she wasn't in a relationship because me and her were in a you know what I'm saying, like long term.
The masturbatory relationship.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
You should. You should know exactly what that means.
If that means committed, then yeah, we in there.
Can't spell committed without cum. So that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Hey man. Oh man, I'm glad we could kind of end on a light note.
Yeah.
I think we can cut it for here. We can cut it for here. Man, so yeah, this one was a hot one. We started off real hot on some takes.
It's pretty heavy.
But I really want y'all to give us feedback in the comments on the things we talked about. It's a conversation.
Be mad.
Be mad if you want to. But mad. I want to know what you think. And if you feel like, one way or the other we're wrong, explain it to us. And if it's logical, I have no problem going, you know what? You're right. If it's logical.
We can be convinced. I can be convinced. We can be convinced that if the take that we had on something was narrow-minded, that's fine.
Yeah, it's all an educational thing. So Please. And I see y'all real active. I appreciate it, especially for us to be such a young podcast, to get as much interaction as we do. Complete blessing, man. Complete blessing.
Absolutely.
We always do a shout out at the end of every episode. And this one, I want to give it to somebody. I have no idea who this person is, but on the YouTube of people checking out the podcast, somebody named Symbiote. They were going in, and I was getting the messages like they were actively listening to the pod and responding to things as they listen to it. That type of stuff is gold. We need that type of feedback. It lets me know that you're either feeling or not feeling what we're talking about. Excuse me. And it gives me, a place to go. So Thank you again. We took about 9 rabbit holes this one, and I like that.
I love that. It was different.
Yeah, it was a completely different tone than the last one. And I mean, I don't know. Some people that jumped in thinking we was going to be talking about porn the whole episode again might be like, this is heavy stuff. And
right.
it's going to get like that. So, because me and you have never been good at base level conversation, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
So, until we see y'all next time,
hold up.
Wait, what's up?
I'm sorry. I don't know. Did you watch the Kobe Bryant thing?
No, I couldn't. To be honest, I couldn't.
All right. It was tough for me to watch. It was hard. It was hard to watch. I didn't intend on watching it, but then I kind of found myself wandering to it to see what's going to happen. And I don't know, man. Like watching it, it made me kind of take into consideration how can I influence people well, how can I be an influencer? Like, how can I influence somebody to go the right way? How can I be a mentor to somebody? How can I influence people the way he did? Because he was a megastar. I mean, to a lot of people, he was a god. And of course, I'm not that. But it made me just look at my life differently. And I want to influence everyone that can hear this. To the people around you that you love, that you care about, that you cherish. And please, like, let them know that.
While they're still here, please support them in their best efforts. Give them guidance, because it's hard to lose someone like that and not reflect on who you are and what your movement is and what your influence is. And of course his was massive, but it made me reflect on my own. So yeah, man, I mean, a little self-reflection and just be the best version of yourself that you can be to everyone else. Love everybody, peace, absolutely,
and all that good shit, man. It's just hard to see somebody like that go away, but it's beautiful to see people speak of someone that way. And that's all I thought about is when I pass, I hope there are people around me that will speak that highly of me. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Condolences to the families all involved. It wasn't easy to watch, and I couldn't do it. You know, that man transcended the sport to become something much greater than himself or the NBA, and that's not an easy feat to do. So this is why one of the reasons, and not to say that we decided to do a podcast because of Kobe, but that we wanted to have these deeper conversations, because I think we can all get to that place if we all have a better understanding of each other. So I hope that's what you take from us having the hard conversations like the ones we had today.
Absolutely.
So can I close out? You good with that?
Yep, go ahead, man.
I don't want to step on it. That was beautiful. But thank y'all so much for listening. Once again, you're entitled to your opinion. You're allowed to have it. No opinions illegal around here. And you can't cancel us because we're not on.
That's right.
Not yet. So, and neither are you. So I appreciate you. We'll be back next week. This is a Legal Opinions Podcast, and we out of here.